how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Unity is essential for the family structure to grow and to develop. We see where the family is under attack. Right now we have so many broken homes, so many single mothers, so many single fathers, so many divorced parents, so many children have no parents at all. You know, so many undergoing abuse and neglect. And there gotta be a way to bring people back together where family can sit down and have a good family meal and talk and to see peace within a home. You know, I went on TikTok a few days ago and I was talking about my youth and my upbringing. And this guy insists that I was lying because I said I never heard my stepdad and my mother have a brawl in all the years that they were married. I never heard they swear at each other. I never see them fight. And just never see that type of lifestyle. Never ever. And this guy saying that you gotta be lying, don't come in my life and come lying. And so I said, I don't have to lie. I mean, I grew up in a house where I know my parents have disagreement, you know what I mean? Because my father and my mom get married when I was 5 years old, and they were like, before that, probably a year or two before that. So yeah, practically all my life, I grew up with this man. And I was saying that I never see a brawl in my house, or hear them cursing at each other, or see them physically fighting, or nothing like that. And I was saying, you know, that's the same way I bring up my family, because it makes no sense. You know, your children hear you cursing at their mother, see you fighting their mother, and you know, you're living in a house where there's no peace within it. And I don't know if you have never seen a normal relationship, because to me that's a normal relationship. And he swear that nobody live like that. You know, I was saying that I've never, no matter how mad I am, I've never swear at my kids, not once. You understand? When they're little until now they're grown adults. And you just believe that it's got to be a lie, because nobody live like that. Because some people, because their norm is outrageous. So some people might believe that everybody live in this outrageous lifestyle where it's always fighting and cursing within our home and turmoil and always disagreement and madness. So if that's your lifestyle that you were brought up into, that is is what you believe. You know what I mean? But everybody's gonna have a disagreement at times. I mean, you're not gonna agree on every single thing that a wife suggests or a husband suggests, and you just go along with it like a robot. But there are ways to sit back and to relax without thing into a brawl, and you got somebody got to call the cops, and the kids running around and crying and wondering what's going on, and the family is in disarray. And a lot of people believe that that's normal. You know what I mean? Some people believe that's normal, but it's not normal for everybody. I have to say, in my upbringing, in my younger days, that was normal, and for me, it's not normal to always be cursing and fighting, and you have your children and looking and seeing and think that that's a normal lifestyle. There are so many people that I know that this type of lifestyle is really normal for them. And there are other people that, somebody got to call the cops every other weekend and stuff like that. You know, Divine Full and Godly Truth TV, bless up, bless up, bless up. Somebody say, don't believe, you know what I mean? Hey, but I know what is normal, what is a normal life, you know what I mean? So if I say that I've never been drunk in my life or never been high, somebody might think that, I'm lying, you know what I mean? And that's not normal for a man to have never been drunk or never been high, you know what I mean? And I have no intention to experience. So to me, what I was think of as something horrific, an horrific experience. And to some people, that might be just a normal lifestyle, to go out and get high and get drunk, you know what I mean? That might be normal to some people, but for me, it's not something that I ever want to experience. I don't think I will have, I don't think, I know that I will never experience it, because if I live to this stage in my life, I never experience it, you know what I mean? It's not going to happen. But what we see, it's a breakdown of family institution, our family way of life, across the globe. It's like people don't believe that it is necessary anymore to have a normal family. And to some people, some people don't even know what is a normal family. And they ask some people, what is a normal family? They don't even know. Understand? But I believe if a man want to really and truly have a successful life, this is in my. I'm not saying that this is a recipe that every man have to follow, because what fit me don't have to fit you. Understand? I'm not giving a prescribed remedy to say this is what's going to cure society, and this is the best thing for everybody, and it's a one size fit all, and whatever I say, you're going to follow it, and you should follow it because it's going to work out for you. Now, I get married very young, and what that bring stability. You understand? Because if most of these young women today that say, oh, I want to be independent, 25, 26, have 5 or 6 different kids, and sometimes 4 or 5 different men. And at the end of the day, when you reach, say, 30, 35 or 45, you want to say you want to settle down and marry. You know what I mean? Very few man is going to want to go along with that. Because plus you got 4 or 5 different baby daddies to come and to deal with. And it's a different scenario. Why not? It doesn't stop you from getting what you want. You know, my wife and I were married very young. That didn't stop us from go back to school and to get degrees or whatever you want to get. Understand? It doesn't stop you, but to make it can set a stable life. What are you gonna want? Bomb. You're young. You're gonna want a home to grow up with your children. You get a house where you can say, all right, both of you can put together, pool together, get a house, raise your children. Understand? You can also say, all right, who's gonna go back to school first? Who's gonna go to further them education? Or if you did not, or if you already have your education, you know where we're gonna take it from here, and to build a family structure, knowing that you want to know that your children can come to see a certain lifestyle, understand, and realize that in the years of marriage disagreement will always come because you cannot agree on every single point. Because that would be robotic. That would I don't even think that would consist of love or anything. You understand? Eh, you got to realize, I say, he's a crackhead, brother, not a passport. You know what I mean? Um, you got to realize that when if you find somebody from your young and can make life together and to set a stable relationship, it's better off than going out there and say, all right, I want to have 5 baby mother around the place. First of all, your life is going to be a life if you're constantly paying child support. You cannot build a stable relationship. You know what I mean? So what we want is to get stability, establish stable lifestyle. You understand? And when you establish a stable lifestyle, you can work and save and realize that, you know what I mean, you can vacation, you can go places, you can do more for your children when you establish stability. That's what I believe. That's what worked for me. Understand? That's what worked for me. Um, I can't tell the next person how to do their thing. Understand? And another thing that we see now, we hear people talking about all these kind of weird, different type of family settings. To me, I call it weird because I don't understand it. Understand? The world is want to continue and prolong. The world got to continue and the world got to prolong. Understand? And to me, for the world to continue and to prolong, it take a man and a woman, not a fake man or a fake woman, to continue the world. Understand? The world, to continue a world, you need, no matter how you want to put it, you need a man and a woman to continue the world. Understand? And I have two sons, and my 2 sons, I never tell them that. I never one day tell them say get married young and do. But my 2 sons follow in my example and married just about the same age when I when I was married. You understand? And that wasn't something that I discussed with them and say, you need to marry young and and start a family and do things like that. No. But why they do it? Because they see there's a fundamental principle and there's a foundation that was established, and they see the foundation to which their mother and I established that kind of foundation, and they believe that, you know what I mean, that's something that they want to do for themselves. And I'm proud that they did it. You know what I mean? I'm very proud that they did, because once you can keep that lifestyle and establish that no matter what, no nuclear family that they want to tell you and they want to push and tell you that they need, for a generation to continue, it's going to take a man and a woman. No other way. It cannot continue no other way. You know what I mean? For the bloodline to continue, it's going to take a man and a woman who establish a family, work on that family to leave a legacy for years to come, and to build even a lot of things you hear today. People say about generational wealth, generational wealth. Um, I'm not talking of if you're just a one man that build an operation, but if you want then you have no family to do. If you want to have something to pass on to the next generation, you understand? So go down the line from generation to generation. You establish a family, you understand? And to some, man, the family consists of, some people believe that it's 5 baby mothers or 6 baby mothers. Some women may believe that them better off having 5 different baby fathers or 3 different baby fathers. You know what I mean? Whatever work for you. But I believe that if you want something to work and to work properly, this is how it worked for me. Marry a woman when you're young, understand? Start a family. That's how I think it would work best. And from there, you know what I mean, you plan to establish, you know what I mean, a home. You know, where your children can see certain things. Establish. I want a pattern the lifestyle off of it. You know what I mean? But today, people said, "Well, I gotta look my career, and I want to be an independent woman, and they want to try this relationship with that man, and that man. Why not find somebody with a college sweetheart or early sweetheart, and just say, listen, you know, the love, if we can establish something from here, instead of you end up with 4 or 5 different baby father and around the place. You know what I mean? I know, again, not every man is going to want to settle down and want to establish something like that. You know what I mean? So I'm not giving nobody no recipe and say you have to follow this. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying that what worked for me, and even without me tell my sons to do the same, they follow in the same footstep. And I never discourage them. I ask them, you know, why would you want to do this? And them say, well, if you do it, you know, I think I can do it. Understand? Because I see that it work. And you know, I feel good when, you know, my grandkids can come over and the family can come together. I feel good. So young ladies, everybody now we said they want to be independent. Yes, and they want to be their own boss chick and all kind of things that they bring up and say. It's good to have a career, and you also can have a family. You understand? You also can be educated. You understand? It don't matter to say, oh, you can get your degree. My wife got 2 college degrees. You know what I mean, from 2 different college. So, and she married very young, and that didn't stop her. You understand? If that's what you want. So I'm not saying that because you want to go to college or you want to do this, you said you don't. You can still start a family young. I mean, you can start a family. Don't let nobody tell you that you got to be independent and you don't need a man. Why wouldn't you need a man? But you want children. You want children. You don't think that the children, most people are selfish because you don't believe the children want to have a father to set some example for the father, for the children to realize that this is the father. Are you feel proud to know that you got 5 baby father, 3 different baby father? It's maybe to some man that's an honor and a badge, but it's not to all men. Because if you really and truly want to see a life established, you know what I mean, that you can feel independent, you know what I mean, you better just to find one person and establish that, be committed and say, well, I'm going to establish something, you know, that is going to help me in the future. Understand? A stable relationship to me is a good relationship, and it's attainable. It's not like something that it is totally impossible to attain a stable relationship where people don't have to fight and curse and swear at each other and throwing things around the house. Because if you establish it from day one, you know, the type of lifestyle that you want to live, you know, that's something that you have to sit down and discuss and say, this is how I would like it. You know what I mean? I grew up in a house where I never see my mother and my stepfather have a physical fight. I never hear them swearing at each other. You know what I mean? So it's attainable. I know they must have disagreement, but it never turn out into a brawl where, you know, as little kids, you got to, 'cause I'm the oldest one, and a lot of one them come after me, and them come see, you know, grow up in a house where it's just a turmoil and fighting and cursing and thing. You know what I mean? They never see that. We never see that. You understand? So I know that it's attainable. So when I decide that I'm going to do this thing for myself, I know how I want it to be done. You understand? How I want it to done. You know, you can be mad, you can be upset, you know what I mean? But you don't have to mash up things and fight, and somebody have to call the cops, and then the neighbors got to come to wonder what's going on over there, and you know, people disgracing each other and doing things that is not right. Okay, somebody said, well, you act as if there is an abundance of men available to the black woman. Well, it's not. I'm not saying that is an abundance, Lisa, of men, but you have. I know you must in your lifetime find, you know, some guys that come around and love you and would like to raise a family, but you never vet the right person. Or if you vet the right person, you're not looking. It's not the abundance. You're looking for the quality man. You know what I mean? The quality woman. You're not looking in the abundance because, you know, if you go to school, or you go to mass, or you go to synagogue, or you go to church, somebody's gonna be there. You go to a party, somebody's gonna be there. You know what I mean? And many times people might pass the good person. You know what I mean? And because the good person don't have what you're looking for. Most black men in America don't even ask women for marriage. You see, all right. They say most black men in America may not ask women for marriage. And if you're a woman that you know that you're a wife material, because you have to, first of all, you have to conduct yourself as wife material. And you know that you are somebody that is responsible. You know that you're available. You was brought up to be a wife. You know, you want to be a mother. You also want to be a career woman because it's, remember, a lot of people think that it's not attainable to become a career person, to become a wife and a mother. It is, but that is something. That's why you have to choose the right partner, and that have to done when you are much younger. You understand? When you are much younger, if you can do that and establish from a younger, like say if you go to college or even go into high school, you start to make your selection even from then. You understand? And first of all, one have to conduct yourself as a person that you wish to become. You understand? That's what the first thing. It's in the mind. You have to first establish that within your mind, your mindset, to see, all right, this is the person that I wish to become. So you start have to conduct yourself. If you know that you want to be have a certain career, you got to check out that type of career that you want. It's just the same thing. If you want a certain marriage, the type of marriage that you want. You understand? And marriage is something that you build. It's a relationship to which you build. You understand? And nothing is prefabricated. It's not gonna come prefabricated. You're not gonna look for something that is prefabricated. You can see what you said. There's a ton of black women who are responsible and good people, and I agree that there are many black women that is responsible, and many black women that is marriage material. But you have to recognize what you want and establish it from your young, and say this is what I want. You know what I mean? And like, all right, I can say that. I can talk for myself in this regard. I see myself as one that I say I would never want to experience what it is to be drunk. Why? Because as a youth, I see people that drunk and I see the things that they does, and it's and what happened to them. You know what I mean? Some man sound like broken record. You are in a serious denial. No, no, listen. It's not a broken record or denial, you know. You understand? I know who I am. I never let nobody set the narrative for me. I never make nobody set the narrative for me. I never make nobody set the. From a youth growing up, this is one thing I do. I never make my friends select me. I select my friends. You understand? I select what I want to do. I know exactly what I want to do and how I want to do it. You understand? If you as a young man growing up, there's certain type of people that I don't want a friendship from them, and that's a fact. There's certain places I don't want to go, certain things I don't want to do. I never been to prison, never been to jail, never been high, never been drunk. There are things that I set within my life that I said, listen, it is not for me. from my young, I want to travel. I know that I want to go. I want to go many different countries in the world. I map that out from my young. You understand? There are certain things that I want to do. There are certain things that I don't want to do. And I know make people tell me that you do this or you do that, all right, because I see everybody else do it, I have to do it. You know what I mean? I'm one that would never take my money and go out there and go buy no expensive name brand things. You know what I mean? Never ever. And I always tell my kids, I say, listen, if you're gonna give me something, don't go take your money and go buy no expensive name brand. Better give me the money and let me jump on a plane and can. All right, you have a person will buy a $5,000 Louis Vuitton bag or whatever kind of bag, and they never jump on a plane and go to you know that's a vacation money. 5,000. Why would you as a woman want to spend $5,000 to buy just a handbag? When $5,000 could give you a vacation in a foreign country or even in your own country, it give you a fine style and dining. You can use it and book into one of the most luxurious hotel, and say I'm gonna shower myself this weekend with a lovely luxury lifestyle. And I mean, and a person buy a $5,000 Louis Vuitton bag and only a $50 in the bag. You understand? Those are the things of what I'm talking about. You know, because it's what presentable, and you hear everybody say this is what they do. One thing you jump on that type of bandwagon. It's not for me, because if say I was a young man dating a woman, and she look at me and say, "Oh, I see a Louis Vuitton bag, for $5,000, and I would like to get it this weekend." I said, "That sound good." And you own your home, you own home, you pay cash for your car, you know what I mean? Your house done pay off. You put away some money for your children college fund. Those are the questions that I would ask. So right away I would know, so that's a woman that I would stay far from. That's like from east is from the west. No matter how pretty she is, she wouldn't be attracted to me because her ways to me would be ugly. Because if you don't know how to prioritize in life, you got to know how to prioritize in life, and that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that I'm better than nobody else or worse than nobody else. But, you know what I mean? Or if you want to see it as a broken record or in denial, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's what it is for me. Every man live them type of life or that, as how them would like to live it. You understand? How you would like to live your lifestyle, it's up to you. Understand? I'm not under no pressure to be to say I have to go buy this, I have to go buy that, and I have to go buy this because somebody else have it. No. Who got more experience? The woman that buy a $5,000 Louis Vuitton bag or the one that use that $5,000 and say, all right, I'm gonna take a vacation in Europe, or I'm gonna take a vacation in the Caribbean, or I'm gonna take a vacation in Africa or some place or Latin America and come back. You know what I mean? Whether with a friend or even by yourself. You know what I mean? Who have better experience. Saying a lot of people let people because them see I'm one and again, I've never been mesmerized by celebrityism and say, you know what I mean, because this thing is the in thing, it fazed me one way or the other. Never. Understand? Never. Understand? So people have to realize that you have to map out a life for yourself. And if you have young children or if you're young, if you have that age where you can map out a life, you start to map out. And it's never too late. You understand? It's never too late. I reached to the stage in life where I said, every year for the rest of my life, I want to go at least two new countries that I haven't been to. You know what I mean? When I was young, I couldn't think like that. There was a time when I used to do three jobs. Three jobs. You understand? There was a time in my life when that happened. Leave from one job to the next, to the next. Sometime stop and not stop light. You fall asleep. Somebody have to blow you to wake you up. Because you stop at the stop light and you can't even move. Okay. How you gonna try to marry a young woman when you don't have anything to offer? That's a thing. You know, a lot of people look at this to say, what you coming with? When I married, I didn't have a home. I didn't even want a car. Understand? And if you're just only looking on things that you have to offer, what's your potential? What is it that you plan for the future? So you and your potential spouse, you know what I mean, have to sit down and realize that this is something in the making, but a lot of people want today, they want ready done. They want it ready done. You know what I mean? And this, I used to tell my nieces them, and my kids them when I'm young, So you see, when you go into school, don't just look for the guy with flashy will come to school with, you know, matching sneakers, matching this and them coming and there's a name brand, everything is just flashy and up so. He's not the smartest kid in the class. I always tell him, say, listen, who you want to be friend with? See the kid who in the class was smart. And him look like for the past 3 years, I see him sneakers in my wear. Come to school. Understand? But him brilliant. See, if you look for a man for married, him you want to turn friend with. You know what I mean? Or the girl in school, she not flashy, she not dressy. Understand? She look like she wear the same suit of clothes last year and I wear it this year. But very, very smart. Very articulate. Very focused. And you see, if you can get to know that type of person, but what most people look for now, they look for the class clown and the one where, everybody want that one. So you look for the one with smart. When they look like them not have nothing, but them have a. So you pick them brains and you find out where would you like to be in the next 10, 15 years. So you look at me. So people pass the perfect man and the perfect woman daily, 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 and don't even give them a second look. Understand? Because look, them a look on say sneakers match, the this match, and only thing them think about is just frivolous things where have no bearings on the world. Understand? So you have to do it. If you're looking for a good man or a good woman, understand? Don't look on what them have. No. Look on them intention. Understand? The potential earning power in the future. Understand? Because they seen something, not just a know. And that's what most people take and select a spouse. So them see the person daily who them should have married. Understand? But because they in themselves them think that this person is not qualified. You know what I mean? Even a lot of men pass women like that. In school, you see this girl and she look like Cinderella. And fast forward 10, 15 years down the line, you buck her up, the same girl and look, you think that's the world most beautiful woman you ever see. And I wonder, how comes you never see that person when you and them they used to sit in the same classroom? Understand? Or you and them used to work at the same place. You never see them like that. Understand? So you have to look on the person, not just the now, but also in the future. Understand? A lot of people pass the right person daily. You understand? That's why from you're young, you go to school, you find some kind of interest, whether sports, church, something where people congregate of your own age and sect, and then they can select and look. Don't just look for the, but well, a lot of people do. The person that is most popular, most women want the guys that most other girl them a run down. Another one they want. You understand? You have to know and you have to set that precedent. Yeah, my brother. It's true, so I saw the thing said. But people nowadays it's become so vain. That's why marriage is on the decline and families and the decline, you know what I mean? Families on the decline. And now them can tell us, you want nuclear family, old clear family, and all kind of family where don't make no sense. You understand? And people nowadays is not disciplined enough to realize that, listen, this is what would I like, and to make politicians and religious orders set, you know, and tell you what you're supposed to believe, what you're supposed to think, and your reasoning and thinking ability, you know what I mean, you dull it down because of what some people might tell us, so you're supposed to think, and that this is supposed to do, that you're supposed to do, and you believe that. Still, there's a lot of good men in every country. You go, there's a lot of good women in every country. You go, there's a lot of good men in every ethnicity. There's a lot of good men and women in many ethnicities. Still good men and women in America. Understand? You have men still who would like to raise a family and build a foundation. You have women still are still looking for that. But we can't have it both ways where we want to say, boy, we're independent and with this and with that, and we become selfish and arrogant because, you know what I mean, the moment you start to build a family, it's going to take sacrifice and it's going to take a lot and each other's part to really pull this thing off, because it take two different people from two different backgrounds, two different upbringing, and to bring them together. You know what I mean? There are times when on both sides they have to be compromised. On both sides, there have to be looking towards a desirable end. What is the desirable end in this relationship? What we're looking for in this relationship? You know what I mean? How we see this relationship 10, 15, 20 years down the line, 40 years down the line, 50 years down the line. You understand? That's how you got to see yourself. And when you can build stability, get things stable, you understand? And nothing is absolute. I mean, this is not a prescription. I'm not saying this is the best way to do it. I'm not saying that it's nothing is absolute. I'm not giving nobody no prescriptions and say follow this. This is my directive. It's not. I'm not saying that. I'm just say the thing that worked for me in my life. You understand? I met my wife when I was 17 years old, and I get married at 21. So we have 4 years when I was 17 till I was 21 to think about the future. None of us have nothing at the time. You understand? None of us have nothing at the time. So I know what I'm saying. You understand? Is what now you're gonna, from the nothing that you have, or you're gonna use the nothing and make it something. Understand? So I'm not telling nobody say, find a man tonight and tomorrow morning you tell them, say, hey, baby, let's get married. It's nothing like that. You know what I mean? And I'm not giving nobody no prescription and say, this is what worked for me, that is gonna work for you. I'm just giving my own experience in life, you know what I mean? You can take it for what it is, or you don't have to take it, you don't have to believe. But the proof is there. I met her when I was 17 years old. I'm married. I know, see my kids, them grew up. I have grandchildren. And we all, if you look on my TikTok and my YouTube, you can see my family still together once a month. The whole entire family come together every month and we sit down and have a meal together, chat. The kids can talk, the grandkids can tell me, the kids can tell me things that they did when they was younger. You understand? That we never know of. You understand? I remember my kids confessed something to me that's as like it take me like months to be even believe it. I remember the first time my I think my daughter was 17 and my son was almost 16. He was quite 16. The first time I said we're gonna leave, share them. And because we have to take them everywhere we go. First time that. 17-year-old and them big enough can leave. So we leave them. And years later, my kids confess to say, see that when we leave, they keep the biggest black party ever. You know what I mean? The street black. So many people was in and out of the house because my old basement was a studio at the time. You know what I mean? I have music down there and everything, and them said them keep a big old party, right? And my wife and I never know this till probably around some 10, 15 years later, or more, or even more than that. Then confess and tell us that. You understand? And if somebody had said to me, your kids do that, are going to do that. I said, no, my kids got them the best kids. Ever, no, my kids would never did that. And even when the first time when them tell me and my wife that, I was like, you guys joking, right? And it take like them say the thing give us detail like around 3 or 4 times before I really convince myself and say, oh my gosh, these kids really did this. You know what I mean? My son and my daughter, that's what they did. You know what I mean? Luckily, nothing was broken, nothing was missing, and nobody come and get hurt or nothing like that. And so and that's life. So nobody got no perfect life. You understand? And I never know that my kids would have done something like that. If they never tell me, because no neighbor never call us and tell us nothing. No, nobody never tell us nothing. So there's a big party here, then tell us, because, and them time, you not even have Facebook like you have now. It's not like Facebook time. Because what them say, like, them must tell some set of kid in their school, And for some reason, like all the schools around the neighborhood, kids them know from one school to another, when they come, they have to lock the place up and said no more people can come in because there were so many kids here. Luckily, nobody stole nothing, nothing was broken, and things like that. You know what I mean? And if they never confess that to us, we would even know something like that go on. I mean, and that's part of life. And when you find out that, what you're gonna do? You're gonna mad or you're gonna laugh. 'Cause it already happened. And it happened years and years and years before. So there are still good people out there. There are good men out there. Good men out there who looking for good women. Understand? You don't follow the narrative to say that there's no good black men or there's no good black woman out there. Understand? But you have to nip it from when it's young. You know what I mean? You find somebody who you're compatible with, and you build a relationship. You know what I mean? And you show your goals out, your aspiration, your intent, and say this is what I would like. How can we work this for our betterment and not our detriment? How can we develop this thing for us as a wife, as a husband, as a friend? You know what I mean? How you see your future? You know what I mean? Is you see your future? You know what I mean? The fanciest car now, making a bit, made a bad cash or card payment. You see yourself having a home where you can bring up your children and say, this is ours, and we're gonna work together and build this from scratch. You understand? Make it from scratch. Is there a business or something that we can do together, from scratch? Because if she's a woman that already established and a man come to your house and come live, you know what I mean? And him come, house completely furnished. Everybody have a mortgage, but your name alone, the woman alone name and the mortgage. The fridge, there's no those furniture enough that there's no more room for nothing else can be added. And you come in. You're gonna have to walk on eggshell. You understand? As a man, you're gonna have to walk on eggshell. And even as a woman, and if you come into that and see the man have all of that, the man might feel say you have to walk on eggshell because listen, you already come see everything. But how about if both of you come from scratch, where you know that you're gonna work together. When there was a time in my wife and I relationship, I'm not talking about what worked for us. You know what I mean? We never send our kid to daycare. We work around how we can grow our kids ourselves. You know what I mean? By when you coming from work, you understand? You come between a certain time that the next one can get to go to work. You understand? So one parent always with the kids. You know what I mean? You have to set it like that. If that's what worked for you. I'm just saying what worked for us. We set it that we did not have to get no daycare. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays, daycare is so expensive. Oh, a woman should not have to live like that. But now but now she can live like queen. Now she can live like queen because she can fly go anywhere in the world. You see, people who don't understand life. See, when they don't understand life, Lisa, that's how life's supposed to work. If you have a kid, if I have my children, right? Why should I my kids go to daycare? Why I don't take care of my kids? Yeah, I have to work to provide for them, but I also want my kids spend a lot of time with me. I used to go to the park regularly. When it's my time, You know what I mean? And I have the kids. We're going to the park all the time. We're in the park. We did this. Them run up and down. You know what I mean? When there's time when we could take vacation together, we take vacation together as a family. You understand? Now that I'm grown, we can take vacation anywhere we want to. And I don't know what you're talking about. Say exactly, black women should always be able to live a soft life. What's a soft life? Poor men are not entitled to marriage. You don't know what you're saying. I don't know who is this. A poor man. I was poor when I'm very, very poor when I was married. Understand? Very, very poor. I didn't have nothing. And I know, I'm not saying I'm wealthy, but I can surely eat anything I want to eat. And I can fly go anywhere in the world that I want and can stay in any hotel that I want to stay. You understand? And same for my wife. You understand? We can do it together, we can do it apart, and we are happy. You understand? If you're not a wife, you got to know if you're a wife. Poor men are not entitled to marriage. If you don't have, you should be looking for a wife. You shouldn't be looking for a wife if you don't have. Uh, you see, I don't know who you are and what you're trying to imply, but if that's your concept, are you married and how long you're married and what you have to prove? You know what I mean? Don't think like that. You see? So it's marriage, poor men are not entitled to marriage. Only rich man supposed to marry. Only rich man are supposed to marry. So that means you don't even understand what marriage. What marriage example have you seen in your life? I've seen married example. I'm asking you this question that said poor men are not entitled to marriage. What marriage example have you have to follow in your life? Understand? My my mother and my stepfather married for a long, long, long time. You know, they're both deceased now. And so I don't know what you're talking about. The house that my stepfather and my mother built, I mean, it's a very nice house, but they never have that before they married. They build that after they married, after the fact. You understand? Very nice, but they never build the house first and say, let's get married. They build that after. They build them the lovely home after they were married. So whoever saying that poor men are not entitled to marriage, you don't really understand what you're saying. And what is poor to you? You understand? You don't build, if you don't build something together, if you don't want a man that you can build life together, that's why there are so many divorce and people cannot see eye to eye because there's no incentive. You have nothing to work with. People want things ready done. Understand? You don't want to work on it to make it what you want it. Understand? And that's why people get so confused and what is family and how to raise a family and how to set example for a family. Right now, people don't understand what it is. So you have to find somebody that you think you're compatible with, that you think you can build, pick each other brain, what you want, you know what I mean? How you're gonna live. You understand? And I'm glad that you said a woman should not live like that, because I said that, we used to work around our children never go to no child care, no babysitter. We babysit our own children. And that's why we still have a greatest relationship with my children all now. You understand? The greatest relationship with my children. Why? Because them always have them father in them life. Now my grandchildren have them grandparents in them life, plus them parents in them life. You understand? And that's what I believe in. You must know what you believe in, the type of lifestyle that you would like for yourself. I can't, and as I said, this is not a prescription to say to people that this is the way it is for me, so you got to follow. I'm not giving nobody nothing to follow. You understand? I'm just saying that what works for me. You understand? How it works for me. Where the greatest relationship, you understand, can be there. And that's how it is. You understand? And my children, them still have the greatest relationship. You understand? Because I was absent and just pop up in them life. I'm in their life from day one. Until they're grown. So life is what it is. And if you think that a woman should wait until them find a rich man, they're married, or a man should go find a rich woman and married to her, and then you walk on eggshell, you know what I mean? When you're gonna buy a home, you buy a home and also buy throw your name upon that. From day one, from the first mortgage pay, both of you pay it together. Because both of you named upon it. You know, walk into something with somebody else create. Understand? That's how it is for me. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off. As I said, for you young people out there that would like to start a family or to get married, set a priority from the beginning, and make sure you know that this is what I would like to see for myself. You understand? And you work at it from that perspective, not what somebody tell you to do. I'm not telling nobody that this is how you got to go, how you got to live your life, or you should not live your life. I'm just saying that, I like what so say, a poor man are not entitled to marriage. If you don't have, you shouldn't look for a wife. And that's so lame. That's so lame. I don't know if this is coming from a man or a woman, but it's a Lisa, but if that's your mindset, Lisa, I assume that you're not married. Because if you're married, that wouldn't be your mindset. See, you build life together. It takes two to build. You're building a foundation. There's a foundation. You're gonna build a family, you know. So if you set a right foundation, so you build a family come up on that foundation. You understand? So if the foundation is not there, that's why you have so many broken homes. You know what I mean? And people don't really understand. Because some people want ready done family. Ready done, everything come, the house come, down to the dog and the cat, ready done. Everything. Anyway, bless up. Till next time. You know, this is KOJ signing off. And if you have never hit the subscribe button, I would love if you hit the subscribe button and give the video a like, because I just come to Willa reasoning this morning, because normally I did my walk and do my video, but for some reason this morning I feel a little bit tired and said, boy, I'm going to do my walk maybe later on in the evening. But because I want to do my walk later on. Serious life of struggle. This person, boy, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what is your concept of life, you know. Yeah, boy, some people concept of life is different, you know. But my concept of life is a bill. If you want, I wouldn't encourage none of my children to get no ready done life. Because ready done life come with problem. Even the life we build sometimes can have problem. Just imagine the ready done one. How much problem the ready done one come with. You know what I'm saying? If you want to build it from scratch, it can come with so much problem. Just imagine the ready done one. You know what I mean? Because if once you get it ready done, you have to walk on eggshell. You understand? You walk on eggshell, you map out your own thing and start your own life, or you think you should have it. You understand? And then life will be what you want it to be. Because you have to know how you're going to make it, how you want to make it, and why you want the type of life that you want. You understand? So bless up. Until next time, this is KOJ signing off. Thank you for joining the live. You know what I mean? Peace and love.